We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So, Cardi B has listened to, me. I think she personally has tuned in to this show, Tea on the Streets. Y'all can act like she hasn't, but I definitely think she be lurking. And also to some of the fans that have been complaining about her BBL. A lot of her fans are saying that she can't perform with the BBL. She can't do this and that. Is too much. It's too heavy. And this is what she had to say, what she's going to do next.
So much ass. Yeah, I gotta that was the most ass I ever seen. I'm taking some out. After the store, I don't want to hear nobody for 3 months. I'm going to Colombia. Nobody hit me up. Nobody nothing. I'm taking this ass out. Bravo team, y'all.
So Cardi B says she's going to get surgery to remove the ass. Okay. She has finally listened to my advice where it said needs to get reduced. I don't know about removal, if she can even do that, but it definitely needs to get reduced. So she's doing that after the tour. So she's going back under the knife, and she might pop out with a new body at the Met. Okay. Well, when's her tour over? I think it's over in April, so she might not have time. So she may have to do it after the Met, but I'm glad she's finally getting taken out because it just doesn't look good. I don't really care about her performing skills because I'm not going to see Cardi B. Okay? So I don't really care about her performing skills because I ain't going to see her no way. But it just looks bad. And it makes the outfits look tacky. And it just overall is not a good look aesthetically. So finally, she's getting it taken out. But another thing we have to discuss, despite the fact that Cardi B has been selling out shows, allegedly that's not true. It has been reported that Cardi B shows, most of them, not all of them, have been 97-95% sold out. Not a full 100% sold out, okay? Which is not a big difference. Obviously, they're rounding because they like Cardi B. Just like they rounded her album first week sales when it wasn't really 200K. It was 199.6, which allegedly was less than that. But they had to round up because they didn't want to make it seem like she was a flop, okay? Which I understand why they're doing it. Here's my thing. If you're going to lie about the numbers, I suggest that you do what Roc Nation did with Megan Thee Stallion and not put out the full touring numbers out. Okay, at least when Megan Thee Stallion lied and said she was sold out, the numbers weren't really out there to fact check. You can't lie about the numbers and people can fact check them. Like that's dumb. Okay, at least hide the numbers from touring data so they won't report it and then people would have to fact check. I would prefer if y'all do that versus exposing yourselves so soon. Y'all gotta play chess like Devil Nation. The fans are saying the real gag is if Cardi adds a European leg, she will have the highest grossing female rap tour of all time, trying to surpass Nicki Minaj. Okay, which Nicki Minaj grossed over 100 million. So they're saying if she adds a European leg, she will outgross Nicki Minaj, even though I don't fully believe that either, considering that the shows that she is doing is not selling out. She wouldn't be able to do a European leg because she's not big overseas like that. You can tell. If Cardi B was big overseas, she would have added the European dates already. Okay, she wouldn't have to wait to add the dates. Okay, but this also goes back to why they're having the celebrities go to the show, because they want people to buy tickets. Okay, they want people to buy tickets. They said Alandria and Victoria Monet also was at the show. She had Blueface, Tyler, Kalani. We already talked about that. So it looks like there's a strategic plan to try to surpass Nicki Minaj. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan got a new Bentley by her boo, Klay Thompson. Okay, so congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion for that. It was her birthday. And with that being said, a lot of people were speculating that he was going to get a ring, but he got her a car instead, which I feel like makes sense because they haven't been together that long, even though, the Megan Thee Stallion fans try to act like they were together for 4 years or 5 years or something like that. But here's the thing, Megan, if I was you, I would make sure the car is in your name, okay? No hate and shit. We saw what happened with Sweetie. When, Sweetie got that Rolls Royce from Quavo and they broke up and he took that shit back, okay? So, if I was you, it would be smart to make sure that the car is in your name, that is registered under your name, okay? And just have him pay the taxes on it or whatnot. Because at the end of the day, if y'all break up, he gonna take that shit right back. Or he gonna be an Indian giver. I promise you. I don't think he will let her keep it if the relationship ends. Especially if she pop out with a new nigga. If she pop out with somebody else like she did with Tory Craig. Remember, she was with Tory before Clay. And even before Tory Craig. And then prior to Tory Craig, it was somebody else. And then, obviously she was with Partisan Fontaine. So I feel like if Megan move on too fast after Clay, he definitely taking that car back. So just make sure it's in your name, because you don't want to end up like Sweetie and then you got to give up the coochie over in Dubai or overseas in Paris with all the rich athletes, allegedly, according to her best friend. So we got to play chess and not checker. Now, Beyoncé, please tell me this ain't true. We got to call Queen B to the front of the congregation, because it has been reported that Queen B fired her stage manager of 20 years over his health issues and did not give any form of severance package to him. And now he is struggling financially. Wow. So I believe one of his family members exposed this on TikTok or made a video about it. And so a lot of people are calling out the Carters for doing that. But we don't know if that was fully true. And then another fan says, for the next 2 years, everything the Carters have tried to hide is going to be exposed. The woman that said Bet was doing craft in her will be vindicated, because more will come out about this. I don't know what that means. People will investigate the miscarriage and children now that those files are out. Okay. Well, that seems a little bit, dark. We don't got to talk about people's miscarriages and stuff like that. Now, Miss Tina decided to stick up for Queen B. She said, wow, what a smart, confident young woman. True words never spoken. People who keep your name on their mouth and who constantly make up lies, half-truths, and rumors to discredit you. Really admire you. And they are obsessed with you. You live completely rent-free in their mind 24/7. Yes, they worship you, especially if you don't give them any feedback or attention. They really want to be you. So take it as a huge compliment. It seems as though Tina Knowles is giving out her lashings to the haters that she feels like has been dragging Queen B, because every day it feels like Queen B is getting dragged more and more, and a lot of her fans are saying that she's going through a hate train. So Miss Tina decided to step in and put the haters on blast, okay? And I feel like if the hate continues, I can see Solange possibly saying something. Not to stick up for a camel face, but to stick up for her sister, who she's very protective over. So let me know, do you guys feel like a hate train is brewing for Queen B? Do you feel like people are going hard at her? In regards to the former staff member who got fired because he was sick, I do think that, Beyonce should be held accountable if she did fire him, only because at least give him a severance. You a billionaire, you had money even before you were a billionaire. You could give him, $100,000 and tell him to go on his way. I mean, in regards to that, I don't feel like she should be held accountable for camel face actions, because I don't feel like she knows everything. I do think she knows some stuff. Okay, I don't think she's completely innocent, but I do believe that he kept her in the dark when it comes to a lot of stuff, because I don't think he and his cheating ass was completely transparent with, Beyonce throughout their relationship. I don't believe that. Okay, I think a lot of stuff she's finding out now. Now, speaking of getting canceled, as we know, the documentary for America Next Top Model has been trending all over social media. And there was a moment where a lot of people gave flack to Tyra Banks, who went off on the aspiring model Tiffany Richardson, saying, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Remember, she had that moment, that big, cultural moment. And allegedly, it was way worse behind the scenes. Tiffany Richardson said that basically Tyra Banks treated her like shit and said the nastiest things about her and her son. She said in an Instagram post, hold up, Tyra Banks. Let's keep it cute. You are one lying ass tied as B-word. You know how you treated me the whole time off and on camera. You was a bully. You treated me like ish and said the nastiest things about me and my son. That is not how the argument went. Y'all edited to make it look like you cared. And F the Shade Room. F your weird ass fans and F Tyra Banks. I bet you won't sit down with me face to face and talk about it. Also, F my family too. Y'all don't ever defend me. I got more money and helping more people than all or many of the top models, but that's an update y'all can give. Damn shame. It's giving y'all still hating on a little black ass me. Ho, just let it go. It's been over 20 years. Okay? So let me know how y'all feel about it. Well, there is that rumor that Tyra was a mean girl. Like she said, Naomi Campbell, I remember she was trying to say Naomi Campbell was mean to her. But allegedly, Tyra Banks was also very nasty behind the scenes. I've heard that from a few different people that a lot of these models aren't nice because they go through hell in their career. So they're not nice people generally. I believe it was Naomi Campbell that was throwing cell phones at her maids or the people that was working for her. And, she almost went to jail. A lot of these celebrities, when they go through stuff, they take it out on other people and try to belittle the people that they that they view that are not on the same level as them. But I'm not really shocked. Okay. I wonder if Tyra Banks is going to get canceled like y'all trying to cancel Beyoncé. In my opinion, I think talking about somebody's children should definitely get y'all canceled. But, Cardi B is still big and she talked about many people's children. Okay, and nobody cares. So, I doubt that anything will happen to Tyra Banks. Now, moving on to Purdue Chicken. Purdue Chicken announced with Disney that they will be doing a Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special, which will premiere March 24th. Let me know if you guys will be tuning in. Here's my thing. I think that this is a smart decision for Purdue Chicken because she's flopping musically. Didn't she put out a visual album that nobody cared about? No shade. So I think that it makes sense for her to go back to the Hannah Montana route where it all started, because it's not like the Purdue Chicken Miley Cyrus route is working. Okay? And they really want to gag the live. She should have went on tour as Hannah Montana. But Purdue Chicken don't like to tour. She lazy. No shade. Okay? I think artists that complain about touring, her, Justin Bieber, they're lazy. And they feel like they won't be able to sell out. Those are excuses. Because you don't have to do 30 to 40 shows, okay, or 70 shows like Nicki Minaj, okay, or Kendrick Lamar, who did like 80 shows or 70 shows. You can do 20 dates, 10 dates, okay. Obviously, you may not make as much, but you can do 10 to 20 shows sporadically throughout the year, a show a week if you wanted to. It don't have to be that much, but Purdue Chicken always complain about touring and how she don't like to tour. And I just think it's per laziness. Same thing with Justin Bieber. So if she really wanted to gag the live, she should have done a Hannah Montana tour. If she really wanted to gag the live, okay? We have the Millennial Tour. Toni Braxton on tour with New Edition. Brandy and Monica went on tour together. It would have been good for Purdue Chicken to do something like that. So let me know if you guys gonna watch a special. I might tune in to see what it's given. You know, I might tune in to see what is given. I want all the original cast members, though. Okay, I don't want to see no new people. All original cast members. And we get new music from Hannah Montana, because the music Purdue Chicken has been putting out is trash. So hopefully Hannah Montana gives us the bops. Okay, I'm here for that. But honestly, this is not shocking considering that, no shade to Purdue Chicken, but she's been flopping. So congratulations to Purdue Chicken. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Little John and his son on Patreon. 50 Cent and Diddy and Camel Face, what's going on with them behind the scenes. Link will be in the description. And I hope you have a great day.